Hi, everyone. Can you see me, Ramel?
In about 20 seconds.
Oh, really?
It's okay. You keep going.
Okay, there I am. Huh, well, that's new.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're on.
Okay, all right, let's go. It's Friday. It's July 15th, and here we are. We've made it through another week. I have quite a few things to show you, as well as a really quick demo. So thanks for being here. Let me bring up the screen so I can see your comments coming in. Hi, Joni. Yes, Amy, my windows are open. We've had a glorious rain this morning. It's been just wonderful. I love an overcast, rainy day. And the birds are out. Unfortunately, my car window was down all night. So my car's wet. Hi, everyone. Hi, Bethany. Hi, Suzanne, Beth, Gina, Lee, B. Dondi, Karen, Irene, Rochelle. Wonderful to see everyone. Okay, so I'm gonna get right into it. We're gonna do some overhead camera work today. And oh, I wanted to share this. My lilies are popping. I shared a little video on Instagram a couple days ago because I just can't believe they just kind of all of a sudden pop out. It's wonderful. Oh, Florida. Hi, Loretta. Hi, Erica. Okay, so this Friday, I literally about 45 minutes ago sewed up this zipper pouch really quick. Last week, I showed you the microfiber backed cork in the leopard. And I used my leopard zipper tape, which has the leopard print on both sides, which I really appreciate. Thanks, Dalva. Because of Dalva, we have that. And I just wanted to share this really quick. I put some Alexander Henry fabric in there. You can hard to see it right now, but it just goes perfectly with the cork. And it worked just fine. I didn't have to use anything special. I have Gutermann thread on the top, Deco Bob in my bobbin, just because I didn't want to switch it from piecing a quilt block the other day. I have a chrome universal size 80 needle, and I used my regular foot. I didn't even have to use what's it called, Teflon foot or a walking foot. I didn't have to change anything. It sewed up really nicely. Now on this pouch, I did not use any interfacing. I didn't even use my usual SF101 on the lining. I didn't use a single thing. I just wanted to experiment for you. And so you can see that with the cork, it holds body just wonderfully, okay? All right, so I'm gonna move that out of the way. Besides the leopard cork, we now have the black cork with rainbow flecks. They're kind of shimmery, but this time this has the microfiber backing as well. It's a little pricier to source this, but I stand behind it because it just gives the bag a more luxe feel. You know how sometimes certain cork products can feel a little thin or papery? It is not this. The microfiber backing will make your bag last, and it feels really high quality. So I'm going to use this to sew up an iPad case. Remember this demo a few weeks ago? Here's my foam, my rough cut. So I'm going to link this in the comments, this tutorial. This was a live sesh a few weeks ago. I forget when, I forget everything. But the pattern pieces are free. Remember on my website, sewhungryhippie.com, there are some tabs at the top. And if you click the tutorials tab, it'll take you right to a couple of pages of varying tutorials. I have lots of free stuff on there. I saw this week a couple of things that I've done years ago from some other makers. So if you're looking to make a coffee sleeve, I've got the pattern piece there for you, full tutorial with a video, the whole thing. If you're looking for little key fobs, I've got that. It's been there for years. Little keychain zippy pouches, that's on there. So have a little looky-loo and explore that tab because there's a ton for you there. I try to remember to do a blog post for every project, but I don't always remember. I need somebody to keep on me. Why don't you remember, Ramel?
I'm jotting it down.
Jotting it down with your imaginary pen.
Yes. I'm using technology.
Okay. So for this quick demo, I'm going to use this Alexander Henry fabric as my lining, and I've already interfaced it with SF101. Now for the exterior, the cork, I could get away with using nothing, no interfacing, but because my iPad is in there, I want it to be extra cushy. So I already rough cut out my foam interfacing, and I'm going to baste the cork right to this. And you'll see, it'll go together so great. Let me let the police go by. Hold on. Let me look at the comments really quick. Oh, thanks, Roxanne. I'm so unsure about it still, but I'm going to try. I like changes. They might be coming for you, Ramel. Okay, hi Kara, hi Judy, Elizabeth, hi. Okay, so let's get into this. Oh, and don't worry, I've got a whole list of things to get through today, including all of our winners from last week, so just stay tuned. I like to do all that sort of at the end. What do you think, Ramel? Do you think you could work this camera a little bit, or?
Yeah, what would you like me to do?
I forget already how to make it.
It's already set on that one.
Okay, so just hold on a second. Let me.
If you hand me the mouse, I'll do it.
What I'm going to do really quick is rough cut this cork out.
Okay.
I think what I'll do, I usually cut things out with my rotary cutter, just so you guys know. I'm going to put the excess cork aside. This is already listed in the shop, by the way. It's already there. We're doing full 18 by 52 inch rolls with the selvages already trimmed off for you. And also if you want an 18 by 17 square to try out, you could get a zipper pouch out of that. We have those too. Okay.
I'll take the.
You'll
mouse.
take that? Okay.
Yeah. So I'll just switch it over.
All right. You're going to have to change this down here. So I'm just going to baste my
There you go, switched.
foam. All righty. Actually, I did that kind of backwards this time, but you know what?
You want it top or you want it?
Let's do the front view really quick,
Okay.
but I'm going to have you switch that in just a second.
Sure.
I'm going to trim my cork to the pattern piece size. So because we're not going to play moving that around today, I'm just going to show them. This is what I'm cutting out of the cork really quick. And then because I cut my foam a little bit bigger, it's easy to baste to my fabric piece, and then I trim the excess foam away. We all have our ways of doing things, but for me, that method always works. I don't know, but for whatever reason, sometimes if I'm working with fabric, cork, or vinyl, the foam will travel when I'm basting it. Does anyone else have that issue? So I always cut the foam larger, baste it on, and then trim excess foam away. Let me know if that happens to you ever.
So what does it look like? It looks like it's over. You can still see the black, right?
Well, it's not. It's supposed to be exact, Ramel. Don't point out any mistakes, okay?
I'm not trying. I'm just trying to understand. So.
Okay, so I'm going to put this on here.
Okay.
It's so weird how when you're on a video, everything is like harder and I feel shakier. You'd think by now it would just be au naturel. So see how my foam is a bit bigger? Now I should change my thread to black because then it will blend in. But for demo purposes, I'm just going to leave it at white. Okay, now you can switch, Ramel.
All right.
So I'm gonna make my stitch length pretty large. Oh, here, can you take my lily?
Oh,
I don't
yes.
tip her over. I don't have anything special here. My tension is just regular. I'm not pulling, nothing's wrong. This is a regular needle, like I said. Can you monitor the comments for me, Ron?
Yes.
Let me know if anyone has a question so far. What?
Ramel, there's no mistakes. It's an art. It's art. Of course it is.
Exactly.
I'm just trying to delve myself into maybe have it transfer through like touching or something. I don't know.
What?
I'm not very artistic.
Can you guys tell he just got up? I don't even know what you said.
I'm just not that artistic. So
Yes, you are. Don't say that. I should tell you guys, Ramel, my daughter had wanted me to draw the Statue of Liberty. And, I drew like a stick figure or whatever, filled it in. And then Ramel comes out with like a full realistic render, perfectly drawn. And I'm thinking, who are you? Okay, back to overhead.
Okay.
Front view.
Front view.
Okay, so now you can see that there's excess foam around it. And I'm just going to trim that away. This is such a fast project. And I do want you to know you absolutely can make these to sell in your markets or your craft fairs, whatever you do. Can you switch it so I can see comments, please?
Oh, sure.
Coming in. All right, there we go. Oh, hi. Okay. Some people are really super careful when they're trimming using an acrylic ruler. You got to do you. Do whatever works for you best. All right, so there's my exterior piece with the foam. And here is my lining piece with the SF-101. And now I'm going to put them right sides together. Maybe I should make you do it. It's like, no.
You just said I just woke up.
That's true. Who should we give this case to, Ramel? Do you want to use it? It's okay.
I don't have
It's
an
okay. You
iPad.
can say.
I already I use a different.
You have a man case. I understand.
Yes, that's right.
No, I never trim the foam out of my steam allowance, Karen. Let me see this, please.
Mm-hmm.
I get that a lot because some designers advise you to do that. I do not. In my experience, I want all of my interfacing in my seam allowances. I have had it pull out when I've trimmed it out of my seam allowances. I've had it pull out and wrinkle up on me. And so I just don't care for that. So I ignore it when designers tell me to do that, and I do my way. You do what's best for you. If you want to trim it out, you can. But I think it gives better stability and a better result if you leave it in. If you feel like it's thick, use a hammer, a rubber mallet. I have some in the shop, and hammer the seams down if you want to make them smaller. Some people will zigzag stitch the seam allowance to flatten it a little more. But I think if you've got a solid working machine, a metal, I talk about them a lot as metal machines, heavy metal machines, it's going to handle it just fine. Let's see. Bethany says it really does make a difference. I made a couple things over again and left it in the seams the second time around. Yeah, I do too. And again, this is personal preference. I'm not going to claim that I know everything about bag making because I certainly don't. You have to find what works best for you and your machine. Every machine is different. I use several different types of machines. Most of my machines are refurbished, meaning they're secondhand. But I really like making bags on my Juki TL2000 and my Bernina 1008. And I think it's probably a combination of things. They're heavy machines, they're metal, they're solid, they're mechanical, they're not electronical. Electronic?
Yes. is
Electronical.
We just made a new word.
Awesome. I love it. Where was I going with that? Also, I learned to sew on my Bernina after a Viking treated me super badly. Badly? Super awfully?
Awful. Let's go with awful.
Just, yeah. Okay, now I'm going to sew this together, leaving a little gap so that I can turn it right sides out.
Let me switch it.
Hold on just one second. Let me see here real quick. Oh, I love seeing all you popping in. Thanks so much. Let's see here. Somebody said they like me better with my gray hair. Can't you see my grays coming through? This is semi-permanent too. I know, like, this is a sewing channel, but let's talk a little hair. I love changing hair because it makes me feel new. And my hairdresser, my stylist, I guess they want to be called now, my stylist knows me and she's like, I know you're not going to like dark hair, so we're just going to do a rinse. So it's like it's not permanent color. And her name is Maggie. She's awesome at Studio Z in Monona. I just really, really love her because she knows me. She knows me. I used to do box color myself, and I've decided I don't like doing that anymore. It's too stressful.
I used to do it too. Remember?
Yeah,
You
it
call
used to
that
be
ro-
Ramel Salon.
That's right.
Ramel used to help me bleach my hair, if you guys can believe it. We're all about DIY. But then one day I caught myself in a reflection and I thought, ooh, people can tell I'm not a hairstylist. Okay, so I am going to switch Ramel to the other camera.
Okay.
You monitor comments if you can. So these are right sides together. I'm just using the foot as my seam allowance. It's a little over 1/4 inch. Whatever you start with, maintain it throughout. This is not a pattern where you have to be super worried about exact, 3/8 3/8 inch here and 1/2 inch there and 1/4 inch there. No, just keep it standard all the way. What? What, Deidre?
That means I get I get a new woman every time you get a color. That's funny. Oh.
Is this boring for you all? Where am I looking?
Yes, it's that one. We should put little lights on it. I can electronical
Device. I'm using clips, by the way, because pins will tend to leave forever holes if you're using vinyl or cork. You might not be able to see it in the cork. I think cork is kind of naturally porous, so I don't think it matters a whole bunch. But if you're persnickety, I saw Amy here,
yes.
Tansy Designs. She's persnickety, and she'd be like, "Don't want any holes in my project." That's a compliment, by the way. It's not anything other than a compliment.
Yes.
Okay, here we go down the home stretch. I used to do these Jane Fonda exercise videos, and I loved it because she would always say, "We're on the home stretch. 5, 6, 7, 8." You can do anything for 8 counts or 2 minutes or whatever.
As long as I don't keep saying, okay, this is the last one.
Right. Okay, let's switch it.
Okay.
Tamara's in Ohio. Now we got to take it back to, StreamYard. Let me grab my scissors. Okay, so because I am sort of, fast and like, let's just get it done, I tend to have a bigger seam allowance here than a lot of people would. So I'm just going to trim some of it away, especially on the corners. I would be more careful if I wasn't on camera, but I always feel like, hurry up.
All eyes on you.
Oh, hi to your friends, Tamara. I didn't read the whole thing there. Hi. Kim's coming in from Hotlanta. I don't know how you live. So hot. You'd probably love it.
I'm okay right here.
You're okay?
Yeah.
You've acclimatized?
Yes, I have.
Ramel's sister is coming to visit us in August. I've been painting my spare bedroom in preparation. And last time she was here, I don't know, it was like 3 years ago or something. It was hot. It was July. And she did not want the air on. Like, we put a little air conditioning unit in her bedroom.
It was off.
It was off the whole time. I would sweat just from popping in there, and she loved it. Remember that time she came to visit us in the winter, and she said, "My bones are cold."
I can feel it in my bones.
I can feel it in my bones, yeah. Okay, so I'm just popping this out. Should have brought my little chopstick. If I send you to the porch, could you find it or no?
Yeah, what is it?
It's like a long stick that I can push these corners out with.
It's just a stick?
Well, it might look like a knitting needle. I have a metal one. I have chopsticks. Like almost anything would work.
Okay.
We'll see what happens. I bet he won't find anything. Man, am I right? Where's the milk? I don't see it. Bless his heart. Okay, almost done. I'm just gonna, if he can't find that stick, I'm just gonna close this anyways. So here's my opening.
Does this work?
You actually got the right thing. I had doubt.
Well, look at that.
I know.
Really?
I should never doubt you.
You should never doubt your husband. Mm-hmm.
There we go. Now we've got those corners out pretty good. Okay, now I'm just going to take this to the iron that I forgot to plug in.
Oh.
Do you mind plugging it in?
Sure.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Where is the oven?
Oh, it's up by under the curtain mid-wall. See?
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Lord.
So I'm gonna just turn my iron. I keep it on hell's doorstep, ultra high all the time. Even when I'm working with vinyl, you guys, it's on high. I never touch the iron directly to vinyl. I always iron from the back side or the wrong side. I'm gonna show you a bag I'm working on here in just a second. So now that it's almost warm enough. I used my Zen blocks to hold my pattern pieces in place while I cut them out. Super helpful. If you don't have these, the pattern is at Tansy Designs. Kelly said her husband has mustard blindness. Everybody in my family can never find the condiments in my refrigerator, our refrigerator. That they've been sitting there for a decade, What is that? Hi, Lisa. Oh, Tamara, I'm making an iPad case, the one we did a few weeks ago. You might have seen it. This one, free pattern tutorial, whatever you want to call it, I linked it in the comments for you. Okay, now this is hot enough, so I'm going to give this a good press. I'm pressing from the quilting cotton side. Now, I won't keep you here and bore you with top stitching, but normally what I would do is press this opening in, and then I'm going to close it. And then usually I would, after closing the opening, I'd keep carrying on around the whole case. Maybe I should do it. I don't know. Any votes? Do you want to see me do that, or do you guys have this syndrome where you think whenever you show something to someone or call somebody, you think you're bothering them and like taking up too much of their time? I have that. I have it 100% of the time. I don't know what that's about.
That's called being considerate.
Oh, thanks, hon.
You're welcome.
I try to be. Okay, so now let's move to the other camera. You just walked away, so I'll do it.
I was gonna grab.
Okay. Go ahead and grab your coffee.
Oh.
So it's almost fully closed. Okay, so now I'm just gonna, see now I'm not mashing this down. I just kind of feel it with my fingers. Everything is in that seam allowance. But it's fine. My machine is fine. I don't try to zoom too fast. I'm using a 3.5 stitch length because I just like the look. I keep my project nice and level. I'm holding it over here because I don't have it on my extension table. If you keep your foot level, the needles should be just fine. If you find that your foot isn't level, you could break a needle. So you want to put in a jeans jig. Most sewing machines come with these like plastic rectangles that you can slide in to keep the other side of your foot level. Hump jump. Some people call it a hump jump. There we go. I'm gonna kind of dodge that corner a little bit just for this demo's sake. I haven't changed my needle in ages. I'm just gonna skip kind of over the corner a bit. And again, I should be using a darker thread, but this is a demo. Okay, so now it's like this. Now what we do, just like I'm gonna just clip it. I won't finish this up, but I'm gonna clip it in place. And then if you need to put on your walking foot for this part, feel free. Use the tools that help you the best. So that I will sew down this part, and then this will fold over, and I'll put 2 snaps here. And there's my iPad case. And this is completely adjustable. So in other words, if you want this to come up further with less of a flap, do it like that. And then you have a little less of a flap. It's completely adjustable to whatever you want. This is nice and cushiony. I might have to keep this one for myself. I made one last time in the soft vinyl, the rose gold vinyl, if you want to go back and look at that video. And I super love it. If you're brand new to vinyl, I do recommend working with the soft vinyl first. It's like working with fabric. Okay, I like how they kind of peek out at me. So there we go. You could do Velcro or magnetic snaps here if you want. Play around with it. Do what you like best. I'm going to come back over here a second. All right, so there's that project. If you need to see the finishing parts of it, just rewatch the video. I have it both on Facebook and YouTube. It's the iPad case, and it's linked in these comments. I love it. Okay, so you probably want to know about some other things in the shop. If you follow Made by Ray on Instagram, you will see that she posted my gingham skirt this week in one of her Clio skirt posts, and I shared it on my Instagram. Well, I don't have the navy blue, but I have something even better, black and white gingham fabric. So if you want this, I've got this fabric now listed in the shop, and I also have the Clio skirt pattern listed in the shop. I can get a Clio skirt out of 2 yards. So there's I already washed it. It's all stringy. I was thinking I might make another one, but I don't know. Who needs 2 gingham skirts? Maybe not me. So that is now listed. Next week, I'm going to show you my finished Essentials tote. I got this far last night and then I couldn't find the pocket that I already made. Do you ever have that issue? So now I got to make a new pocket with my 10 gauge vinyl to do the other side, but this is almost finished. So this is the teal faux leather that I have in the shop. I love working with this. I would say it's like a marine vinyl if you've ever worked with that. This is the gold glitter webbing in my shop. I use this all the time for bag straps, duffel straps, key fobs, whatever. This is the 10 gauge vinyl. And this is the Ruby Star Society canvas. All of this is in the shop. I did foam. You can see where my bobbin ran out. I gotta fix that. Foam interfacing throughout. I use this. Oh, I should show you the pattern. Where did I put it? I use this bag for my grocery bags all the time because they stand up on their own. They go in those little annoying metal kiosks. They stand up straight so you can put your groceries in without fighting plastic bags. So this is it. This pattern does have a video walkthrough from a couple of years ago in case you need some extra help. But like always, I've got photos throughout and some digital diagrams. And to be honest, I leave off the inside pockets on most of mine because if they're grocery bags, I don't use the clear pockets on the inside. Okay, so I'll show that finished hopefully next week. If you want kits for that, let me know. I might have enough for maybe 20. So comment if you would like a kit for that Essentials tote. Okay, real quick interfacing talk. I've had quite a few emails this week about interfacing, specifically the Moonglow vinyls. And I just want to say, you can use whatever interfacing you like on almost all of my vinyl. The reason I say almost is because on the clear vinyls, the see-through ones, you don't use interfacing. Like those are just standalone. But the Moonglow, the vegan leather, the soft vinyl, Croc, Stardust, Gumdrop, all of those I've tested with all the interfacings I've ever used, which include foam, SF101, Decoville Light. I only use Decoville Heavy in the bottom of my bags if I use it, fusible fleece, and leftover quilt batting. So don't have any fear, it's going to work fine. Now, like anything that's new, you might need to experiment and make some things and go through a learning process and perhaps have projects that aren't 100% perfect. That's normal. And you should do it. I went through it. So it is absolutely fine to have a bag that's still usable, but that's not perfect, just to kind of learn the process and how to work with the materials. Above all, I want you to get a Teflon foot if you're working with vinyl more than one time. I've said it a million times, but people miss it. Teflon nonstick foot. Let me show you mine. Mine looks like this from my Bernina 1008. And I use it so often. It is so much better than trying to force vinyl through with a walking foot or the tape trick under the foot or a tissue paper trick. All of that, I mean, if you need it once, fine. But if you're going to be sewing vinyl bags, get yourself a Teflon foot. And do get it from a reputable place. Don't just head over to the big A because they're going to sell you probably a part that doesn't work for your machine. Happened to me. Hate to admit it. Okay. Oh, good. Bethany's going to make a gingham Clio. Woo, woo. We want to see it, Bethany. Yep. Oh, you're talking about the iPad case, Deidre? Yeah, it's over there. Do I add a stitch at the corners to help the flap over? No, I don't, because then you're not going to be able to open it all the way. It's always going to be, like caught. I want to be able to open the flap all the way and slide it in. So one of my tricks for making this stay down is after I get on my snaps and snap it shut, for 24 hours, I slap big old heavy library books on top and let it rest for about 24 hours. And then it behaves just great. But you're asking if you tack it down here. You can if you want to, but I don't want to because then it only opens like that much. I want to be able to open it all the way. Good question. And remember, live your life. You do you. Okay, let's see here. Let me run through, see if I see any questiones. Aldi wants you to use grocery bags. Yeah, so I think we were headed for everyone to use grocery bags, and then COVID hit, and a bunch of places went back to plastic. So I'm now using my grocery bags again. I love it. I don't want to deal with all that plastic. Okay, I see you. All right, Bethany. All right, Henny. Got it. I'll see what I can do. Okay. All right. So there is that. So we've got that one done. Oh, PDF guide for sewing vinyl. I've had some people ask me where to find it. It's always at the top of my website, but let me copy the link again and I will put it in comments here. Because it's a blog post, but then in the first 2 sentences, there's a link to do the printable, which is 2 pieces of paper, if you want to print that out and have it by your sewing station. I always need reminders on things, so don't feel bad if you need to look at that every time you start a vinyl project. Okay, so we've got that. I just linked that, the PDF guide for sewing vinyl. Did I link the tutorials tab? I'm going to link the tutorials tab. And it does take some looking through if you've never looked at that before, but that's where all of my tutorials and free stuff lives at the moment. Okay, I think we're down to announcing winners from last week. We have a whole spreadsheet. Ramel was super genius and made me a whole thing. So if I call your name and you won, please email me so I can send you the thingamajig where you put in your address so we can mail this stuff to you, okay? All right, winner 1 for the leopard cork is Freddie Bird. Freddie, email me, Natalie@sewhungryhippie.com with your address, although I might have yours. Okay, next winner, Nancy McCautley, white geometric vinyl. That was this one. This one feels a lot like cork. Can you see me, Ramel?
Yeah.
Okay. Nancy McCauley, you won a roll of the white geometric. Black geometric, also very, very cork-like. Beautiful. The winner is Donna DePeaster. Yay! All right, I'm putting these all in my tote to take to the store so I can process the shipping labels. Okay, next winner. We're on number 4. The Ananda pattern. Regina Sheffing. Sheffing? Regina. Email me with your address. Natalie@sewhungryhippie.com. The Bliss pattern, which is also a yoga bag, but it's a zip Bliss, and I didn't bring that today. Carol Martinchek, I have your address. So Carol, if you already have that pattern, email me with a different choice. Flatter. We talked about this in last week's live sesh. So if you don't know what we're talking about, just run back and watch that one quick. It's just a half hour. Flatter, Cindy Pierce. Yay. Oh, I didn't see Leanne yet, but Leanne, you won the Ruby Star tin. So I'll get that in your next package. Oh, Elizabeth, you won the pickle threads. Pickle, 2 sets of Aurifil pickle colors. This is the oh, I did this last week. I can't read it. You won those. And we have the pink threads, pink and orange really. This set, Paula G, Grippy. I can't see this whole thing here. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong, but Paula, you won. Okay, so there we are. You guys email me with your addresses. I love sending those out. I think it is so much fun to give gifts. It makes me feel like $1 million. So for this week's birthday gifts, we're just going to do some random choosings. We'll do 2 $25 gift cards to the shop. So what happens with that is we just email you the link and it automatically applies to your order. So I'm just glad you're here and that you stick with me these lives. I think it's like a fun coffee talk with friends, and I wish I could hear your voices. Maybe that'll happen soon. But that's going to be this week's prize. So just to enter, tell me something you want to make this week, or something you're working on, or what you would use a $25 gift card for. What would you choose in the shop? Something new, something that's been there a while, something you've never tried before, because then there's no risk. All right, let me know. Okay, I think that's it, you guys. Thanks for being here. I'll be back next week with some more stuff. And Artie, we have some new things in that I'll show you next week. I just haven't unboxed them. So I'll see you at 11 Central next Friday. In the meantime, enjoy the weekend and enjoy your summer. And think positive. I'm going to try. All right. See you later. Bye.